What's up, Colo Nation? Welcome to another episode of Road to Ranked. Today we're going to be actually continuing our series. I didn't get to make it to excuse me, I got the hiccups, but I didn't get to make it to Virginia Regionals. But we are still going to be playing on Battle Spot and continuing to get some more and more practice in preparation for Florida Regionals, which will occur February 27th. Well, I'll be in Florida from the 27th to the 2nd, but the actual tournament's the 28th and the 1st of March. Let's jump right into the battle here. If you guys have been enjoying the series so far, please be sure to hit that like button. Our team today is Terrakion, Hydreigon, Charizard, Aegislash, Thundurus, and Suicune. And pardon my hiccups because they will be a part of this video. Music change. Alright. So I've been getting pretty confident with this team. I've been enjoying it, which means we are going to switch it up very shortly. And to a different team. I have a couple I'm actually considering using, so we'll see which one I'm going to pull out next. But they're part of this team, honestly. The speed control with Tail and Suicune, as well as how it can lower special attackers, which really most people prepare for Intimidate, but don't really know how to deal with special attack lowerings when they counter Intimidate. So Suicune comes really in handy when it comes to those kinds of battles. Terrakion, I switched up a bit. Made a couple of edits on that one's movesets, and I'm hoping we can find somebody, but it doesn't look like we actually are going to be able to for the moment. We might have to restart the search. Yep. Come on. Oh, my stylus fell. Got it. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I already started packing, actually. Got my suitcase down that way. Actually, if I can get this angle, I'll show you guys. Even though my room's a mess, it's somewhere there. There it is. Started packing. We did find an opponent, Jeff. And let me get this camera back here. But our opponent had Bisharp, Thundurus, Incarnate, Talonflame, Landorus, Suicune, and Lopunny. Looking at this team, it's very concentrated on getting speed up. Extremely concentrated. To the point where I see, like, speed and choke and fake outs and priority and everywhere. I want to say, let's start with, I really am tempted to bring out something I can protect, just so I can get off a free hit, but at the same time, Thundurus isn't exactly the best here. I mean, it could do heavy damage to Landorus, but it's not really too much of a priority right now. Let's go with, we could always do, we'll bait the fake out, I guess, if he starts with Lopunny with Hydreigon. It does fairly well against the rest of his team. And a non-banded Landorus, we should survive a Rock Slide. And we can always bank on the Protect, but I think we'd be able to bait out the fake out onto Hydreigon. So we'll go with that. Charizard, Hydreigon. I really don't like that lead, actually. Let's go with Hydreigon and Suicune. So we can hopefully get a Tailwind up, if not get some heavy damage off on Lopunny. We'll bring in the back, we'll have Terrakion. And we'll bring our own Thundurus. I really think, though, that Thundurus would have been a better idea to bring first. So we're actually going to switch Terrakion and Hydreigon. Enter, and timer. Alright, here we go. Pardon my hiccups. Jesus Christ, I can't stop it. But anyway, into the first battle of our video. Ooh, why is this so... Alright. So our opponent's going to start with Lopunny and Thundurus. Not a horrible matchup. We're going to get hit with a fake out onto Suicune, I'm assuming. I want to go for the paralysis onto Lopunny and expect him to fake out Suicune to prevent a Tailwind from going up. Well, it looks like what we could do here too. Thundurus, I would expect to be maybe Scarved or Citrus. I can't figure out right off the bat, but obviously a Mega Lopunny. Fake out offensive pressure is bit. Um, so we're actually gonna go. We're gonna risk the Thunderbolt and try to get off some paralysis onto that Lopunny. Maybe we'll survive because we're carrying Citrus Berry. So let's get a Thunder Wave off from the Lopunny and a Tailwind up as well. Fake out is gonna go. That's gonna hit Suicune. Gonna take the Thunder Wave with Limber. I'm assuming does have the Limber. Really good prediction on my opponent's part. So Thunderbolt does come in. That's gonna hit Suicune hard. And ooh, that's gonna knock it right out. That's a Thunderous. It's really bad. Poor play on my part, actually. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna actually use Draco Meteor. We can use Draco, or we could go for the Dark Pulse onto Thunderous because it really can't do as much damage. We'll probably see a high jump kick or something onto Hydreigon and trade that off if we do so. Our best bet's going to be go Draco Meteor, and we're going to go for the Ice Power, Hidden Power, whatever. The Hidden Power Ice right now. So these Hiccups are really throwing me off right now. We're not out of this yet, but we're in a little bit of a tricky situation, so we want to tread carefully right now with our opponent's plays. Opponent is taking their time, which leads me to think they might be switching out, actually. Which wouldn't be a horrible play. But actually, Lopunny is going to Mega Evolve here, becoming Mega Lopunny. Something I don't see very often in Battle Spot, but it's still really the big threat, underrated by any means. But we're going to get the Draco Meteor off, and that is going to do some decent damage to Lopunny. Let's see what we can do. Can we knock it out? We are... Ooh, it's going to live. Ooh, that's a problem. So the Dragon Punch is going to go off onto Hydreigon. That is... Ooh. We do survive that at least, but... Thunderbolt is going to connect with Thunderous. Going to bring us under half health. And the Hidden Power is going to do the same to the other Thunderous. So we kind of trade off Hidden Powers there, but I get a ton of damage done to me by my opponent's Lopunnies. We're going to go for a Draco Meteor onto Thunderous there, and we'll go for the Thunder Wave now onto Lopunny, just to kind of control this thing. It's a huge threat to our team right now. We need to slow it down, and we can't allow it to actually speed up any further. I mean, not speed up, but keep the momentum going. So he does withdraw the Lopunny. And sending a Landorus, predicting the Thunder Wave coming in hard. But we are going to get a Thunder Wave off, except it's not going to be effective, of course. As the Draco Meteor does go into the Thunderous, will it be enough to knock out the Thunderous? We'll see. Probably not. I really don't think it'll kill the Thunderous. Oh, but it is able to pick out the Chaos, which is really good for us. We're going to get something that can fake out, so I mean, we're going to get a Lopunny, which can fake out, coming out next, most likely. If I were my opponent, I would bring out Lopunny, get the fake out on Hydreigon, and probably use Rock Slide for a single slot move onto Thunderous. So we do see Lopunny come out. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually sacrifice my my Hydreigon right now. I'm going to go for the Draco, of course, but what I'm going to switch now to Terrakion. Excuse me. And I'm probably going to hit with a Rock Slide. So I'm going to actually switch into Terrakion now, save my Thunderous so I can at least get off a Thunder Wave next turn. Hopefully, if my opponent goes for Fake Out on Thunderous, we'd actually be in some luck. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. We're going to see the Fake Out go onto the Terrakion slot, which means we should be able to get off the Draco, actually. That Draco is going to hit the Lopunny. We might actually be able to knock the thing out, which is great. Oh, no, I forgot the thing is at, what, -3 now? Or -6, actually. So that Rock Slide is going to go off, though. And we'll be able to knock out Hydreigon on that turn. So we're going to go for Thunder Wave this turn onto Lopunny, and then we're going to Protect with Terrakion. hopefully so we can outspeed. So Thunder Wave, and we will protect on Terrakion. That's really our only hope at the moment. Really in a sticky situation, we need to make sure that we can somehow disable this Lopunny, because that's really the biggest threat right now to us. As he withdraws the Lopunny again, he's going to bring out the Bisharp, as I do protect with Terrakion, and we are going to get a Thunder Wave off. We're going to see the Rock Slide, so that is a, I believe, I would assume Scarved Landers right now. Oh, let's go and use, maybe this thing will get paralyzed for trying to Sucker Punch us. So we're actually going to go for the double kick out to Bisharp and the hidden power ice. Bisharp does protect, but we should be able to, we have to make sure this thing misses. But, oh, Terrakion outspeeds, of course. Lander's Scarf hits the Thunderous, so it's probably going to be game for us. Excuse me again. Because we really can't do anything with this Lander breathing down our necks. So all my opponent really has to do now is Rock Slide, switch out, probably going to switch out this turn. So what we can do, we can go for the double kick on the Bisharp and then think, oh, no switch out, okay. So we'll get the double kick on the Bisharp. That's going to knock out the Bisharp, breaking any potential sash. Rock Slide is going to come through again. Or knock, oh, alright. What is this thing? Citrus or something? Nope. We can protect, I guess, this turn. Hope that a Drain Punch somehow doesn't kill us the next. I'm not surprised that, that didn't... And protect and see what our opponent decides to do next. Drain Punch into Terrakion. Rock Slide as well. And we're going to go for the double kick on the Lopunny. We need to survive a Drain Punch, which we probably can't do. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we can survive a Drain Punch from this range. Encore is going to force the Protect. And that is going to be game for us. As we do get the Protect off again, but that doesn't really matter much. Guarantees that he's going to get a hit off this next turn. So let's go with the yes. We are going to forfeit this match. Unfortunately, we didn't play very well in the beginning, underestimating the Mega Lopunny, and we do take a loss for this game. It's actually a really interesting team, though. Alright, so on to the next battle. Hiccups. Yeah, we'll keep battling. We got this. Damn it, can't touch this. Alright. So with that, our rating does drop to 1525, a little bit lower than it ever should be, honestly, in my standards at least, but we're working to build that up, yo. Damn hiccups. Found an opponent from United States, 1456 rating. I have no idea what state he's from, but hey, what's up? Opponent has Gengar, Salamence, Suicune, Conkeldurr, oh jeez, Scizor, and Zapdos. What we could do, we could bring Hydreigon. We'll bring we'll bring Hydreigon in the, I want to say in the back actually. I think what's best actually is gonna be Aegislash, Thunderous in the lead, and Paralyzed Gengar, which is probably coming out, or we can taunt Suicune depending on what comes out first. If you do a Thunderous Suicune, not a horrible matchup for Charizard, so we'll bring that as well as we'll bring Aegislash because Conkeldurr can't do with that. Most of his team actually is not very good against Aegis Slash as long as we get rid of the Gengar. Gengar is really the biggest threat to the 4 that we chose, but that should be manageable once we get it shut down with taunts and such. Not even taunts, but just shutting it down. It's really fragile. Basically, depending on what he decides to do with it, will determine what we honestly have to do to get rid of it. Gengar and Salamence come out, so Mega Salamence, I'm assuming, along with the Sash Gengar, I would think on the first turn, so we go for Thundurus and Suicune. Really looking here to prevent that Salamence from getting up a speed boost. But even then, I don't think I mind it as much, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and we're going to actually Thunder Wave the Gengar, and we're going to go for a Tailwind here. What that does is lower this Gengar first to a quarter speed, doubles our speed on the side, so even if he gets a Dragon Dance, we still should outspeed, at least with Thundurus. And we can Snarl to limit the effectiveness of my opponent's Pokemon almost immediately. It's probably the safest play we can do. If he switches Gengar to Zapdos, that might be an issue, but we still get the Tailwind up, and vice versa. If he switches Salamence to Zapdos, that might be an issue as well, anticipating the incoming Thunder Wave. But he's actually going to stay, and he's going to Mega Evolve into Mega Salamence. And our opponent's going to see a Protect coming on the Salamence. That's okay with us. Excuse me. Because we're going to be going and using a Thunder Wave now. That's going to connect with the Gengar. Lower that Pokemon's speed to a quarter of its regular speed. Icy Wind does come out and does connect with both Pokemon. However, we do get the Tailwind up, which is good for us. Excuse me. So we are able to get up a Tailwind, which will definitely outspeed the Gengar and possibly outspeed the Salamence now. We should actually outspeed the Salamence this turn. Alright, so now we're going to go, and we're actually going to go for the Hidden Power Ice onto Salamence, and we'll go for a Snarl on both of them. And what I'm thinking, my opponent might actually switch out to Zapdos on the Salamence spot, expecting a Thunder Wave, which really wouldn't help him much because he'll be taking a Hidden Power Ice as well as a drop in special attack from the Snarl. So that may not really be a great idea for my opponent actually at this point. After that turn 1, didn't really do much damage to us. As he does switch, I'm expecting a Zapdos to come out here as Conkeldurr actually comes out, which isn't horrible. Not really what I was looking for, but we are going to be looking at the Hidden Power off, do a little bit of damage here. And the Snarl is going to go out, and it's going to hit both Pokemon, lowering both Pokemon, especially Gengar's special attack, which is good for us. Sludge Bomb is going to go, and that's going to connect with Thundurus. It isn't going to do too much damage, but it is going to get the poison, which is really not good for us at this point. We really could have avoided a lot of trouble if we were able to get rid of that poison early, but not too big of a deal. I think I'm going to just hit Snarl from here. Oh my god, freaking thing. Let's see, let's switch out now. We're going to probably expect another Sludge Bomb, maybe a Mach Punch or something to go into Thundurus. So we'll switch into Aegis Slash, and we're going to go for another Snarl here. See what we can do. Assuming that's a mimic of Aaron Zhang's Gengar. So I don't think it would carry Shadow Ball. It probably has Sludge Bomb. I forget what the other things. Knockoff is going to connect with Suicune, and that is going to knock off our Citrus Berry, which could be a problem, as Icy Wind does come out. And he's going to do minimal damage to Aegis Slash, and just as little to Suicune, dropping both of our speed, however, so that could be a little bit of an issue. Not too big of a deal, though, as we still have the extra bonus power. So, let's go with the... We don't need the Snarl necessarily. I mean, we could knock out the Gengar, but instead, let's go with Shadow Ball onto Gengar. Or we can even anticipate the knockoff. Let's anticipate the knockoff onto Aegis Slash, and let's get another Snarl off and get rid of this Gengar while we can. We could even, let's Scald the Conkeldurr, to be honest. Probably a better decision, because that allows us to get off a lot of damage. Gengar's speed is low enough at the moment anyway. See how much damage can we get a burn? We get a burn. I don't think this is guts. That is Iron Fist all the way. Or it might be guts actually. I might have just made a really bad play now I think about it. Taunt is going to go off onto the Aegis Slash. So what we can do here, we're going to actually go for... We still should be faster than Conkeldurr, but we're going to go for the Shadow Ball onto Gengar... onto the Gengar slot, and then we'll go for the Snarl as well. I don't know if that Conkeldurr can outspeed us, actually. We might have actually helped it out with a Mach Punch boost. Knockoff is going to connect with the Aegis Slash. That is going to live with 27 HP, activate my weakness policy, which is really good for us, actually. That was damage roll, I think. He got a really low damage roll on that. So that was actually really lucky on our part, as we do get the Shadow Ball onto, what's his face? Onto the Gengar. And that is going to eliminate the Gengar. Really good part for us, because we can get rid of one of those heavy hitters on that turn. Snarl does go off, but that's really going to be almost worthless. Now, Conkeldurr is the strongest thing on the field right now, so it does worry me a bit. But I really want to think he's going to target my Suicune, as he does send out the Zapdos now. So we might see a Tailwind come out on our opponent's side, actually. I really want to preserve the Suicune, though. So we're going to go for the Shadow Ball. We might get hit with another knockoff, but it's not a huge deal. Let's go and switch now into Thundurus. And we should be able to sweep up from there. Oops, forgot my music was on. So we're going to see Mach Punch go off. That is going to hit the Thundurus, bringing it down to 17 HP as the Thunderbolt goes into Aegis Slash. Probably going to knock that out. We might survive this turn after Poison. I'm not sure. I mean, lefties might save us actually for this turn, so that is good. And now we are faster than everything else in the field. We do live with 5 HP. And we're going to bring out Charizard now. I think our best bet, we're going to go with, we're going to Mega Evolve right now. We're going to go for Heat Wave, and we're going to actually Thunderbolt the, Conkeldurr. Let's actually HP Ice the Zapdos and see what he decides to do. So we have a Heat Wave coming out. It'll kill off both Pokemon if we can get off this damage onto Zapdos this turn. Mach Punch might come out, though, from the Conkeldurr, which would be a little bit of an issue. See what our opponent decides to do, though. So we Mega Evolve the Mega Charizard Y. Hiccups. Protect onto the Zapdos. Really good play by my opponent. Probably going to Mach Punch now. It's going to Mach Punch the Thundurus. But we are going to be able to get the Heat Wave off, protected from the Zapdos. It does hit the Conkeldurr, thank God. Allowing us, that should knock it out, and it does knock out the Conkeldurr. So we're going to actually go for Suicune now. We're still in a bit of a sticky situation, but we might be able to do enough, we might be able to keep Suicune alive this turn. We have to do, I would honestly think we should Heat Wave. Let's Heat Wave this whole side and go for the Tailwind so we can outspeed next turn. Because he's going to protect with the Salamence, which is actually really good for us because I don't think he can kill on this turn. Thunderbolt is going to connect with the Suicune. That's going to be it for Suicune. We really just need to be able to knock out the Zapdos in at least 2 turns at most. So we get 1 Heat Wave off. That's going to leave the Zapdos. Ooh, that is almost going to knock out the Zapdos with the crit. Yeah, leaving with about like 3, 4 HP, I don't know. So we're going to go for another Heat Wave. We kind of don't have much of a choice. See what we can do here. Working up some magic. All we have to do is get a second Heat Wave. Rock Slide is going to go off. That is going to connect. That might end up actually being enough. Yeah, that's going to knock us out. So that is actually going to be a loss. We had a really good momentum in the beginning of the game. But it actually turned out to be not really the ending we were hoping for. And that is actually going to be a pretty big drop in our rating, but opponent made some really good moves at the end. Conserving that Salamence was actually the win condition, and it was a really good move to get that out while he could. It took a little too long to get rid of the Gengar, which really didn't help us much. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. It's right below the screen. And as always, this is Al, your ColoKing, and I am checking out.